right, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Life as I See It, the podcast. I'm your host, Jerz, aka Life as I See It, episode 121. We got Wolves in the building, Gert in the building. Shouts to C and Rico Kie. Um, Making sure that everybody out there, before we get started, make sure that y'all are subscribed to the pod. So if y'all not subscribed yet, make sure y'all do so on Apple and on Spotify. Make sure that everybody leaving their ratings, their comments on Apple. Make sure that you shopping for your candles and your smell goods at luxcollectionllc.com. And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon for visual content at patreon.com/Life as I See It podcast. This episode will be available on YouTube, so make sure that y'all also hit that like button on our YouTube page, and make sure everybody telling a friend to tell a friend. I know we always end it like that, but make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, and let your people know. So, this week, I want to start here first, just because it's kind of one of the bigger stories in sports. Over the past week, it came out that former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, Brian Flores, I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago when he actually got fired. But basically, to sum it up, he was the coach of the Dolphins, I don't know for how many years, but he finished with two back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 2003. They started off this last season 1-7. They ended up winning the last 8 of their 9 games, and including the last game of the season, they won. The next day, they fired him. Last week, he came out and he is filing a class action lawsuit against the NFL for a number of different things. One of which he says his owner, which was from the Miami Dolphins, he said he offered him $100,000 to lose games and to tank the season. Flores said he wasn't with it. He didn't do it. He said when he was going through different interviews over the years with different teams, the Broncos being one of them, he said John Elway, who's also the owner of the Broncos, they said he came drunk. It looked like they wasn't really paying attention, just to kind of, fulfill their quota. Also with the Giants, he was the top candidate to become head coach there. And Bill Belichick, there was a text that Brian Flores put out. There was an exchange between him and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick basically was, congratulating him on getting the job, until he realized that he had the wrong Brian, because he had another head coach who actually ended up getting the job. His name starts with Brian. His name is Brian as well. And they both of those coaches used to coach for Belichick. So of course those relationships exist. But he basically said in the text exchange, "Oh damn, my bad. Like I'm texting the wrong guy. I fucked this up." And Flores was saying, "Yo, I don't even get interviewed until Thursday. This is the job I want, but how do you know that you got word that I got the job?" So it's been a whole lot of talk about foul play with the NFL. And Gert, I'll just start with you. What were kind of some of your takeaways from the whole Flores situation with the NFL?
I don't know. I think I heard his interview. At first I was thinking Belichick might have did that on purpose because he don't be fucking with the NFL. But from looking at it, from hearing him speak, I think nah. But yeah, I don't think that's surprising. I think everybody know that's what it is. So I don't know. I'm not really shocked.
Yeah, same. I'm not really shocked. I do think though that I'll say this. I think that this has the potential to shake shit up in the NFL. Whether he wins or loses, I think the NFL is known for overreacting so that they don't kind of see further pushback later on. You can go back to the Ray Rice situation with domestic violence and misconduct and stuff like that. They came out initially, they gave him a slap on the wrist, and they got a whole bunch of pushback, and then they overreacted to people in those situations.
Wait. What you mean? Say that again with the Ray Rice situation.
So with
'Cause I
Ray
don't
Rice,
think.
when that whole stuff happened, Ray Rice, he initially got a slap on the wrist, or what most people would consider a slap on the wrist. I think he made it had like a 2-game suspension or something like that. And domestic violence groups and a whole bunch of people in the media, they were saying, "Oh, you're not harsh enough. Is this how we gonna represent society?" And so then Goodell OD and basically,
I don't think that was the case. I think he told, and that's what forced that issue. I don't
what
think it was the
who
pushback.
who told? What you mean?
Ray Rice came out and said they seen the tape, they knew it happened, and now since people are talking about it, they want to come down and punish me. The NFL was cool, if you ask me, was cool with that shit. And then once he started talking about it, is when they decided to throw the book at him.
Well,
I
that's
think
that's my point.
if he'd have kept, no, but he came out and said something. So if you
But
look
but
at the
but, but I'm just
Kareem
saying.
Hunt, but wait, if you look at the Kareem Hunt situation, he got the same situation Ray Rice had. He didn't say nothing to the media. That nigga was playing football again the next week.
All right, well, fair enough. The point still remains at this point. I think that. Do you think he's going to win the lawsuit, Flores?
Yes.
I think so too. Wolves, what? Let me get your take. What's some of your takeaways on just the whole Brian Flores situation?
Well, just to go back to the Ray Rice, it's a famous movie. Well, cult, like one of them cult following movies. That I love to quote situation like this. Don't talk to me about no motherfucking Kane. Kane ain't gonna be talking when they get this motherfucking tape. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me about motherfucking Kane. That's basically how that whole shit went down with that. But on the Flores shit,
I
yeah, I think
don't
he's
think
gonna
it was
win.
the tape though, dog. I think it was just him talking. And
Nah, they was because remember they tried to for a minute like try to keep that tape out the
yeah,
out the hands of the quote unquote
media.
media press or whatever.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I
I'm
think
saying they was cool with it because they tried to keep it out the press.
right.
And
That's what
then he came out and said something because I go back to the Kareem Hunt shit. Kareem Hunt ain't say shit to the media. All he had to do was go play for a different team. If you look at like all of the shit, Pac-Man, fucking Ben Roethlisberger, if you shut the fuck up, the NFL will fuck with you. But when you start talking, when you
But we
go
got
to the
we got we
media,
got we got to say that you could shut up and all that, but for a lot of what you're talking about besides Kareem Hunt, I don't know about Roethlisberger having tapes and all that, but I know the tape make it more harder for the NFL
Yeah,
to just
concrete.
overlook it.
Right,
Yeah,
I
right.
so when
don't
it's
think
just
so, though. Look at AB. AB wild out. If you look at all of the niggas that
If he,
wild out,
yeah, him wilding out on tape is different than him wilding out at practice when nobody saw it. It's not as
no,
big
I'm
of a.
saying they got tape of him though. The NFL is still fuck with you. You just gotta shut the fuck up.
All right, well,
AB,
just bringing it. Just stay focused on the Flores though.
I
Wolves,
think if he was shut the
what's your
if
takeaway, Wolves?
I don't really know the ins and outs. I just know it's like he's feeling discriminated, right, with the coaching and all that. He said, I know he kept reiterating the Giants was a joke and all that. Like that meeting with the Giants was a joke. Um, but shit, he played for one of the worst teams, if not the worst team on that type of front. The Dolphins. They the most horriblest team. I don't know if
Yeah, but to
horrible is
his
the
but to his
word, but
credit, though,
horrible.
regardless, they've been terrible for the last 20 years, however long, right? But
No, I'm not
he
even
gave
talking about winning. I'm talking about on the fucking on the
racist.
on
management.
yeah on the
Oh,
whole
okay,
administration type shit.
okay.
They one of the worst teams to play for administratively. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a fact. That's there ain't no motherfucking boop bop bop around that. That's a fact, goddamn.
yeah,
NFL in a whole is like the worst, one of the worst sports to
definitely.
play for anyway when it comes to that. But then to be the worst in the worst, that's a tough one. And then you coach, then you was coach, and then you got fired. So you know how that go, first in, first out. Like that shit is a thankless game. That whole NFL shit.
Yeah,
Motherfucker twist their ankle today, your motherfucker replacement right on deck 2 seconds later. They might even motherfucker trade your ass. That motherfucker
yeah,
catch two, you know what I mean? He go down for two. You know what I'm saying? 102 yards. Like, oh, had this nigga on the bench the whole time. Man, get rid of this sprained ankle, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how that shit goes. So the lawsuit, yeah. I mean, if he has the case and he can win it, I'm not really that invested in. I haven't seen or looked into it, but it's nothing new. We're not surprised. It's not like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit, is he gonna shake shit up? I hope so. You know what I'm saying? But that just for them having that Rooney rule just lets me know that this whole shit is
some bullshit.
Yeah, just to have the rule. It's a rule to interview black motherfuckers. That's basically what the rule is.
Nah, facts. So I mean, hopefully, he does win like I think he does, and hopefully, certain things begin to change.
But is it a win if they kick him out the NFL but they pay him?
Yes.
Is that necessarily a win?
Not to me, but that's probably what's gonna happen.
Well, I think that is what's gonna happen, but I think it's a win because I think whether they just doing it to save face or not, I think that you're gonna start to see some more hirings or some more people in some positions. It may not be a whole total influx all at once. It may not be like a gold rush, so to speak, but I do think you'll start to see certain changes. And like I said, it might
Can I ask?
It might just be to save face.
But can I ask you, why do you think that? Like, why
do I think they're gonna like
change?
Certain things may change?
Yeah.
Well, because I think that we live in such a hypersensitive PC society today, and nobody wants to get it wrong. And I think people are invested in image. And when it comes to the NFL, they're always saying protect the shield and all of those things. So if they're saying that they operate with integrity, and you got somebody accusing them of not operating with integrity, I think that they may potentially go out of their way to show, nah, we really are operating with integrity. Look, you know what I'm saying? So whether it's one coach or one situation, I think that something is going to happen for the betterment of change. And, I think it's going to start to look a little bit different. That's why.
Gotcha. But, I like your optimism because I don't believe none of that shit. I don't think the NFL really give a fuck about none of that shit you kicking. I think the NFL is big enough to where they don't have to care about that shit. The Super Bowl.
They don't have to. They definitely don't have to. But I think that some people in those high places may feel that they do for the image, for the sake of how it looks. It's all about perception. Like we can know the truth, and this can be what it really is. But I think they are concerned about how it looks. They don't want to look that way. Not today. I think they might have cared less.
But what made you suggest that? Like, what about their
society
shit make you?
I'm saying society in general, and then the NFL is concerned about protecting the shield, so to speak. So integrity is something that they don't want to be on the opposite side of. They want to be on the side of being upstanding and having integrity.
Nothing about the NFL suggests that to me.
I hear what you say. I hear what you're saying. I just think that this is one of those things, and we're in a good time, so to speak, to where if anything was going to change, you may see some of that change here and now. That's all. But it still remains to be seen, and we'll see. But I want to switch it though. I want to switch it to music real quick.
Hold on. Before you switch it, I gotta ask one question. And I was gonna reiterate that the statement from Goodell is gonna help him a lot. But this is my question. Do y'all think Goodell even made that statement because of the Super Bowl and all that?
What statement Goodell made?
He made a statement basically backing up Flores' claim.
He said they don't have merit. It's not true. They came out immediately. As soon as he filed the lawsuit, an hour later, they was coming back with a rebuttal saying, yo, these statements are without merit. It's not true, so on and so forth. So you're asking, why do we think that he did that?
No, what did Goodell do?
Goodell, yeah, I'm just talking about Goodell.
That's what he did. That was the statement from the NFL. That was the statement was, these claims are without merit and they're not true. We deny them, so on and so forth. That was the statement.
Goodell's statement? That's not the one I seen.
So what did you see? Because I saw the NFL said that. When I see the NFL, I think Goodell because he's the commissioner. So Goodell, I know the NFL responded an hour later after the lawsuit came out. You're saying something different. What did Goodell say then?
I don't know exactly. We could probably fact check it, but I think he was backing up Flores, saying that it's been a the whole fucking media correct way to say some shit. But he basically said, yeah, it's been a challenge or whatever, da da da. We do got to get better on that front, X, Y, and Z and shit. But I was to say this. Do you think he even Goodell? I don't know what the NFL said. I don't know if that's even two different
I
statements or
think
whatever.
that's two
But
different statements. That's two different
yeah,
statements.
I didn't even see the NFL one.
So
If that's the
basically,
case.
Goodell works for the NFL.
Correct, and he works for the
Got
owners.
you.
The owners are the ones with the power. Goodell can't tell them what to do. It's the other way
It's
around.
basically Goodell is like the president, and fucking the owners is like Congress.
Congress, exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be set up.
Exactly. But so look on the music front. Last week Yo Gotti came out
Fire.
with a new album, actually two new albums. And it's an A side, it's a B side, and I heard a little bit, but I didn't get a chance to really get into it. But I've heard only good things about it. I heard it was dope. I heard it was fire. Heard it was really good. So first and foremost, shouts to Gotti. I fuck with Gotti, and I am gonna check it. But what I wanted to focus on, the question to you guys is, did you see the new challenge that he came out with? Because if you didn't, basically what he's doing is he has a song called Dollar for Dollar. He's created a dollar for dollar challenge and saying because he owns the music, he's allowing any artist, anybody in the world who wants to have the track, you can go to his website, you could download it, you can record your own verse on the song, which would kind of be like featuring Yo Gotti, and you could do whatever you want with it. You can make YouTube videos, you can put it on DSPs, you can profit from it, and whatever profit you make, that's all your money. This is all from Yo Gotti. This is what he said. It's all your money. You because I own it, I have the ability to do these things. And I personally thought it was a real dope idea. But I know Wools, we kind of was talking about this off air, and you see it a little bit differently. So kind of shed some light on your perspective on the Yo Gotti play.
Nah, I was just reiterating that you have to first of all you have to distribute it through EQ distribution, which is extra equity distribution, which is a subsidiary to Rock Nation and shit. So that's what you can't just take your freestyle and go on TuneCore. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not ever that invested, but I'm almost positively you can't just go to any DistroKid, TuneCore, etc. and upload the song and it's gonna go through. I think you have to do it through EQ because of Yo Gotti's situation with Rock Nation and all.
But even all right, so let's just say that's the case. What would be the problem with that?
I didn't say there's no problem like that.
No,
I'm
asking. I'm asking.
Ain't no problem with that.
Well, because I thought you were saying because of that it ain't really 100 like people think. I thought that's what you was insinuating.
Nah, I wasn't insinuating that. I was just saying it was a play on his end. Not every play is not a mischievous play. He's playing. Right. He made the play. This is all his rollout. Like he set this up. So the actual challenge, to give you the timeline, the challenge started with just like, yo, do this challenge XYZ. I'm signing somebody. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He's showing his chain though, like the album coming. This is my last album, CM10. All right, cool. They do the challenge, blah, blah, blah. Album drops. It's already a whole feature on that song that you can't even look up who's credited on the feature because that's the way they played it.
Well, they said that's his artist.
Right. From Memphis or whatever. So the whole allure of it was like, yo, do this challenge. You possibly could just get on this album. I mean, that's what Yo Gotti made the allure of that. All right, cool. Now, whatever, the whole uproar about, oh, Gotti finessed us, because that's what the community is saying. Gotti's finessed us to promote this song, XYZ, da da. Now he's, you know what I mean? He was waiting for that. Let me
just stop you real quick. Why do they feel like he finessed them?
Because he had them do the challenge, but they feel like he already had who he was going to put on the album.
Right.
He told other
this
people
album
to
that
do
just recently came out or another album?
Yeah. No, the album that just came out.
Okay.
So they feel like he kind of said that so people could use it. But I just think people look at shit too nearsighted. Either way, you could, if you a person that's doing shows, you still get eat off that song when you go to perform it at a show. That's one extra song that people may be familiar with that your verse is on, that you could bring attention to yourself with.
And that's a good point. I want to highlight that because, we may have artists that's listening and, just using the different opportunities to your advantage is really kind of what it's about today. Navigating how things have changed. So you're right. I mean, your live show is something that always, even starting back to the beginning of music, like performing live is just something that's always been a thing, always going to be a thing. And your show and your showmanship is what really gets you your money, because people that's spending money to come see you, they have the opportunity to pay a ticket, you make your profit, you can sell merch, you can do all these different things. So using those opportunities to your advantage is a big deal. And I think that artists should be, like you said, not so nearsighted and think about the opportunities that you can create from yourself from this one thing. So
you gotta fucking invest in yourself. Right. Nobody's gonna invest in you if you're not willing to invest in yourself. So if you're not willing to pay for something, you probably ain't gonna make it that far.
Right. Word. I agree. So we spoke last week a little bit about the whole backlash that Joe Rogan is receiving, and
that shit turned up. That shit turned up a level.
It turned up a level. It turned up a level since
it was like, y'all think this nigga gonna be good?
Now,
niggas hit him with the draw 4. It was nigga Joe Rogan with the draw 4.
So check it. Here's what I do want to point out or ask or whatever. Well, first, let me explain this situation and what's going on. Since the last time we talked, Joe Rogan has gotten even more backlash because a fan or somebody created a video of a bunch of clips over mad years of Joe Rogan on his podcast saying the word nigga. And he's saying it in all different types of contexts. Many people believe at the end of the day, no matter what, under no circumstances, should a white person use the word nigga. Joe Rogan came out and made a statement defending it, not defending it, but kind of. He was basically saying, look, I know I messed up. I apologize. I shouldn't have ever done it. What happened is I was explaining certain situations, and this is when I used it in this context. This is when I used it in that context.
Hey, yeah, that just sounded like an underhanded compliment, right?
What you mean?
When he his apology sounded like an underhanded compliment. You know, when somebody sneak this, they compliment you with an insult. That's what that nigga apology sounded like.
It was wild, and it's been wild. And like we said, it turned up. So, what's your perspective on him saying nigga, and all of that?
Yeah, that's the Joe Rogan. I'm not that well versed in Joe Rogan. He not in my cipher anyway. But I know he's a big deal in the podcast land or whatever.
He's the biggest deal. Just to put it in perspective. He's number one.
Jerz said, put some respect on that nigga name.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, it is
respect
what it is.
on that nigga name. I feel you, but I mean, what? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. What's gonna be a repercussion of it? I mean, I seen him he did make a statement about apology or whatever that. Like Gert said, that was like, yeah, almost like a roast apology.
I mean, I'm not even. I'm just saying. I'm not that. What do you think is gonna happen? But just like, what do you think about him saying it? White people saying it, like that idea.
I fuck with Rogan.
Do you think? Hold on. Let me get his thing. Do you think it's okay in certain contexts? Do you disagree totally? Like, what's your stance on it?
I think it depends how you use it, right? With the NIGGA or the ER, right? right? That's the first step of getting to however they use it. Then the second step is where you came from. Like what if you didn't come from that, I don't think you should be using that. I don't come from I don't live in Mexico and I don't chill with Mexicans, but so if I say wetback and shit like that, that means that I possibly can get some repercussions behind me saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? X,
Mhm.
Y, and Z. That's just a horrible example to use, but I'm trying to like give a context on the word, because the word is a powerful word depending on how it's used. Now, as far as black and white, it depends. I mean, I think on the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's a universal law that a white person shouldn't use. Some people might even say I shouldn't use the word like that because I'm Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So it's even get deeper than that, but it's by universal law, yeah, a white person shouldn't use it. But I'm from Paterson, New Jersey, man. Paterson Ave, Union Ave. We got white boys that live with us, white boys that use the word, and people around us is cool with it. Now, we always tell them, like, yo, don't go outside of this cipher using the word, though, because you're going to get the
Pop,
Mayweather
you're gonna
pop
you're
on
gonna
that ass.
get
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that go on my side. I can't even sit here and act like I don't know nobody who say the word in that context. You feel me?
Mhm. Okay, Gert, what you think?
Joe Rogan is a podcaster, but he's also a comedian. And if you
Came in
don't,
hot.
huh?
So you came in hot like, yeah, Joe Rogan. You about to give
Yeah,
it to him now.
word. You see that? I was loaded up. And I was like the nigga on the scene, right? I was like, so, back to you in the studio, Chuck. Not like the nigga's a comedian. Like I just comedians I give a pass to. But as far as it goes with white niggas saying the word nigga, like I just say use that shit at your own risk. Like if you feel comfortable, use it. If you don't. But you got to take what come with it either way. So if you the nigga that want to try your hand with it, be my guest. For me, it's the intent. So it's if you mean to be, I can tell when you mean to be offensive. And if you say it meaning to be offensive, I'm gonna take offense to it. If you say it not meaning to be offensive, so you know the gray area is the oh nah, I'm cool enough to say it. Use it at your own risk. Like if you my man and you feel cool enough to say it and somebody feel like you ain't, I'm not intervening.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta get what your hand called for.
Because you know how it could go.
You know how it could go.
You
And
know
if
how
you
it could
don't,
go.
then you know, it's
Yeah.
on you. But if you say it and I take offense to it, you know, it for me, it's about your intent. And if you mean to be offensive, then I'm gonna take offense to it. If you know, it's a word. So I get everybody's emotion towards it, but use it at your own risk.
Yeah. I guess. I think that based on me, I am a fan of Joe Rogan. Like I listen, I watch.
And I'm not canceling
And
them because of that. Me personally.
no, I'm not either. And I
Nigga, Joe
think
Rogan almost like Nike, my nigga. he almost up there with Nike. You know, I didn't real quick. I don't mean to cut you, but his you know how he's saying he want to move differently with his show. I'm not with that. Like they pressing him, and I feel a kind of way. But this is something people may not know.
But hold on, because this is what I wanted to. Let me just say this. I'm not canceling him. I don't think that he meant it in a malicious way, but I also feel like he probably shouldn't have said it. And so he is a comedian and he does push the line on his content. So it's consistent with what his brand has been. But I'm not the
I don't
biggest.
think that was shock value though. You think
No, it wasn't because of the context, because context is important for me personally. for me personally, context is important. But more times than not, I kind of do subscribe to white people shouldn't use it. And so that's the only uh pushback that I'm giving him. But I don't think he meant it maliciously like that. But what I do want to say is I think that all of this stuff is coming out because look, if he's saying this is a culmination of 12 years of different podcasts and he's done thousands of podcasts, I think most of this pushback is coming from his stance on the vaccine, which is the bigger conversation. It's almost like, and we could get into it later with the Jewish community pressuring different people. The latest victim is Whoopi Goldberg, but just how that community pressures people to apologize. This has become one of those
Hey,
what's the
yo,
word I'm
nigga
looking
said the vaxxers is the new Jews.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. It's up there. It's up there with the same. It's on the same level, and that's the bigger conversation. And that's what I don't fuck with. Because the only reason why we even hearing about that is because of his stance on the vax, and I think that's whack. I think that's whack. If y'all was really mad, this would have been came out. So that's my thing on that. Wools, how do you see that? Do you see it the same way?
What, the Joe Rogan shit?
Yeah, as far as the whole reason why it's coming up is because of his stance on the vax.
I mean, it could be a play at it. I think it's just shit just comes back. Like old shit always resurfaces, so they
But it
remix it.
resurfaces for a reason, though. Something happened.
It ain't just
to
fucking came out of nowhere. Somebody did this.
Like it happened because something else happened for them to even go look for it and say, wait, let me dig on some dirt and let me make sure. That's normally how it works. It's like, oh yeah, you want to do that? All right, let me expose you now. Now I'm gonna show you. Like that's the vibe.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think the non-vax is as big as it was 6 months ago. But it's possible.
It's big, bro.
It on
that. Yeah, I think you tripping.
Yeah.
That's what it was about. Yeah, that's what that whole shit is about. They mad at him talking about the vaccine. So they put this out to try to sway people away from him. It's exactly. Like, oh, y'all gonna stand with him and this nigga say nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They trying to push people away from him. But this is what I want to ask y'all. Do y'all not take I look at a white nigga saying the N-word the same way I look at them as saying nigga. Yeah, y'all comfortable with the N-word?
I think Louis C.K. I don't know if it's Louis C.K., but I know basically I think it was a white comic who said when you think the word, you already saying it in your head, so you're still saying it.
Yeah. It's like it's. I think that's kind of crazy. I don't want to hear niggas saying in the N-word. Nigga, just say nigga. Right. It's like, hey yo, you ever have?
So you mean like mid convo? I'm mad at that N-word. Like you talking about like that? Like,
nah.
But a nigga saying the N-word. Yeah, that's what you saying. Like either way, when you say the N-word,
most times when people say it, they'll be describing a situation and they'll say such and such said the N-word, or I don't say the N-word, or the N-word is the worst word in the English language, like, or you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard all of these different types
nigga,
of
just say nigga. Come on. Fucking grown. I'll take offense to it. I'll take offense to it if you're trying to be offensive.
With the Rainbow Coalition, you can't say certain words with them. It's like the F word or whatever.
Yeah, that's like saying, yo, son, you the F word. Nigga, just say faggot. The fuck?
Look, Jerz about to edit you out early.
I mean, it's the same. You can't say vaccine.
That one.
Hey, yo, put them in order. Hey, yo, put them in order. Hey, yo, put them in order. The shit you can't say. The F word, vaccine. I said the F word, vaccine. Faggot, nigga, and faggot, nigga, vaccine. Put them in order from strongest to most in trouble to least in trouble.
What was crazy?
Oh no, Jew, faggot, vaccine, nigga. Put them in order.
Nah, Jew, turn your lights out. Cut your water off, everything.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Jew number one.
Another
What's
shit, you
number
can write
two?
a note. You can write a statement because
Faggot number two.
Jew nigga. You gonna have to you see what Dick Cannon doing? Nigga made up a whole new character. Just started rapping, called himself murder, death, kill, all kind of shit. Goddamn.
Yeah, you got Jew, then faggot. Nah,
This nigga.
vaccine got to be first. Vaccine is first on the internet.
Nah, Jew, nigga. Jew
On
was
the
up
internet though, if right now you say vaccine, this shit getting flagged. This
That's
shit
a
might not
fact.
even come out with me saying vaccine so much.
No, but no. He's right because I was watching a Corey Holcomb. Shouts to Corey Holcomb. I was watching one of his pods, and they don't say it anymore. They say the poison, or they say other words. They even shy away from the shot. They even shy away from that. They don't want to say any word. They'll talk about the same thing, but they don't want to say any words they don't want to say the word, because if they say it, I guess based on experience, they'll flag it or they'll take it down or they'll mute a portion of it. You know how YouTube do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is probably up there today. Now, as far as Jews are concerned, as far as Jews are concerned, anything that you say can and will be held against you, like in the court of public opinion, because if they feel offended, that's all it takes. All it takes is for them to feel offended, and then, good luck. Good luck. You had to come out and apologize 100 times. And my thing is, like, I wouldn't apology if I mean it, or if I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, my thing is, again, context is important. That's the main thing. Context is important. Like, if you don't have the context, you should get the context and then make a decision or pass judgment, versus just seeing a little clip or getting a little piece and not really understanding what's going on, because I think those things matter. I think that matters in everything, really. So that's just kind of my take. Back to you in the studio,
scary.
Chuck.
Spooky, it's spooky.
Yeah, it gets real. But let me see what else. Now, I don't really want to talk because it's kind of connected, so we don't got to go a deep dive in it. But again, with Whoopi Goldberg, the same thing. She's suspended because she made statements that are basically said to be anti-Semitic, and she's being pressured by the Jewish community. She's suspended for 2 weeks from The View. Whoopi Goldberg now, she's saying she might just up and quit. She might not even come back. That remains to be seen, but I just think it's another example of the power of banding together. And, I don't know. I don't really see how you can subside that type of power as far as the Jewish community is concerned. Like, they really, they all the execs, they run all of the studios and the this and the that. So they make the decisions. It's just crazy to me. And I think it's draining at this point. It's like, really? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care. So y'all don't care about the context at all. I just say the word and then that's it. Like, I think that's trash, personally.
So what got her suspended again?
She made some statements about the Holocaust, and I don't have the exact quote, so I don't.
She was basically saying the Holocaust wasn't a race issue because it was white on white crime, and it was a human issue. She said, yeah, you continuously try to bring it up like as if it was race when it was white on white crime. Pretty much, it's a human problem more than a race problem. And y'all trying to act like it's a race problem more than a human problem.
Did Whoopi ever talk about the vaccine on the show?
Don't know. Don't think so.
Know. I don't know.
If she did, she said she got it, because you can't talk about not getting it.
Right. I think she might have been on she might have got it or whatever. But what do you think about that?
Did y'all hear?
Now that you had hold on. Now that you had a statement, Wolves, what do you think You think that's suspension worthy? Do you think it's another example of them flexing their power? Like, what's your perspective?
Proves my point, baby. Don't talk about them motherfuckers, goddamn. That shit going back up. They'll go back up to number one. Your ass get suspended. You talk about us, nigga. Talk about the vaccine you want. So you talk about my yarmulke, nigga, it's out of here for your ass.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This shit, you know what I mean? Like, I understand what she was trying to say. Maybe she would have reworded it. It probably would have went better.
Yeah,
Because
but
What was
it's the
wrong?
but no,
headline.
but wait,
Yeah,
wait. No, if we understand what she's trying to say, you are intelligent. You know how to decipher between, you know, what people are saying. I mean, we human beings, we speak to people, we communicate. You know when somebody's implying certain things and when they're not. You just trying to find an angle to attack. I understand what she was trying to say. I didn't hear any malice in what she said. I don't think she was downing of people. I don't think she was making fun of anything. I don't think she said anything wrong. I think it's the fact that somebody said
did
that they
this.
were offended. Somebody felt offended by what she said, and because of it,
I don't think motherfuckers
check it.
felt offended though.
No,
I think it's just a flex of power.
I'm saying air quotes because she actually apologized when she received initial pushback. She apologized. Okay, I didn't mean to offend.
Well,
Yada yada
wait.
yada. Hold on.
Wait, because that's
apologized,
not
and then-
correct. That's not
That is
correct.
That is correct.
No. From what they're saying is the network told her to apologize. That's different than her just apologizing though.
All right, that's true.
So she sat down with the network, but hold on. She sat down with the network and they came up with the plan, right? So they came up, and this is what leads into her saying she's quitting is said, all you got to do is apologize, shit, cool. My understanding of it. And then she did that. And then after she did that, they still came out and suspended her. That's a different thing than, you know, she just apologized on her own and then, you know, they still suspended her. They came up with a plan. The plan was cool. And then the network went back on what they said.
Yeah. Or I don't know if they went, well, yeah, I guess they did. Because if they said you be good after that, yeah, they decided that wasn't enough. They decided that wasn't enough. So I just think it's whack. Shout out to Whoopi Goldberg. Hold it down. And, you know, everybody, you know, I'm pro free speech. So it is what it is. I try to be intentional with the things that I say and try to make sure that I mean what I say. Sometimes you do misspeak, but you know, I try to have good intentions when I speak. So I'm all for free speech, man. Express yourself. I'm an artist. I'm a creative. So that's just, I'm always going to be on the side of that. So that's how I feel on that. But I did want to talk about this a little bit because I know, Gert, we spoke a couple weeks ago and you had asked me if I saw the Emmett Till story on ABC, and I hadn't seen it at that point. Since then, I have seen it. I saw the whole thing, and first of all, I thought it was it was well done. It was well done. Shout out to all parties involved. It was well done. Will Smith and I think Jay-Z are cited as executive producers on that show as well. So shout out to them as well. Just always being just pro culture. But I didn't know a lot of the story. I didn't know a lot of the details. I didn't know a lot of what happened. And I think it was cool to highlight the people and who the people were and why they may have did what they did, so on and so forth. Like it was well done. Of course, we know the main, you know, story of what happened to Emmett Till. Rest in peace to Emmett Till. That was it was one of the most gruesome public displays of racism that we've seen in American history, and it helped spearhead the civil rights movement. But I wanted to shout out Emmett Till's mom. Emmett Till's mom was like the strongest mom of all time. Like for real. Like it was she was super ill. She was super ill in how she kind of held it together for the greater good. So it is a tough watch. It may be triggering to people, but I do encourage people, if you haven't seen it, to check it out. But Gert, what was what were some of your takeaways from the story?
I just thought it was mad interesting. And they kind of did a good job illustrating that the whole thing. I thought it was well done, very well done. And I'm excited to see what they may have coming in the future.
Yeah. Shout out to them. We know Will Smith has the Bel Air series that's supposed to be coming out next week.
Not looking forward to that.
I am. You're not looking forward to that? You don't think that's gonna be dope?
That should look trash.
I don't think. Wools, you think it look trash?
It might not be trash, but the previews looked trash.
I don't think the previews look trash. Did you out Wools? I don't know if you saw it. The previews to the the Bel Air.
The Bel Air shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. From the preview, it looks shot well, but I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad. So I have to see it. Does it look like no ha in this one?
You think it's straight drama?
Yeah, it's more drama. This ain't no ha in it. There might be some.
I think it might even be
line.
called the drama series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It's a spinoff. It's not even. So they took the story and remixed it and reversed it.
Well, I don't know how much they remixed it, as much as I think it's more of an in-depth look into each of the characters and their stories, because the main thing was
Uncle Phil ain't fat in it.
Yeah, that might be kind of trash. Like, Uncle Phil gotta be, but then again, I don't know what timeline we talk. Like, I don't know. But you got to get Uncle Phil right as far as the build and all of that. I think, just from a casting standpoint. But from what I see in the previews, it looks like just more details of each individual stories. You're getting more of who Carlton was and why, more of who Will was and why, the beef that he was in Philly and why, and what that was about. So I just think it's a form of a spinoff, but I just think it's a little more in depth to be a drama. So I don't know if it's a drama comedy, because it didn't look funny. But I don't think it looked trash. I think it looked good. I'm gonna check it out, and hopefully it is good. I don't want it to be trash, I'll tell you that. Like, I definitely don't want it to be trash. I'm rooting for it to be good. So I'm gonna check it out. So Gert, you saying you're not gonna watch it?
I ain't looking forward to watching it. I'm waiting on Tehran to come back. That's what I'm waiting
Apple
on.
TV, yeah, Apple TV. Come on, get it together, baby.
They got a date. Can't hold you forever. You gonna get a date. They got a date. I forgot what the date was, but they got a date.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. But let me see.
Yo, to build off that Emmett Till, it's another documentary series that's built called The People versus the Klan. Y'all check that out?
Nah, but is it the same people?
That
who
might be
did The People
triggering.
versus...
I might need to call that number. Me watching that.
That is kind of wild. That is kind of. I'll be honest, because that's not something that's exciting. That's not something that's exciting.
I dare sure he say it was exciting. I just said we on the Emmett Till shit, might as well. I mean, it's more shit than this should been.
Yeah.
This shit.
But I wonder if it's the same. I wonder if it's the same people who did The People versus OJ.
Nah, this ain't had nothing to do with that. No,
No. What I mean is the people, because they have more of the peoples. Like, it's not just OJ and KKK. It's another one. I can't think of it right now. So I'm just wondering if it's in line with that same. I don't know if it's a company, a group, or
I doubt it. I doubt this ain't no.
It's some off-brand shit.
Nah, this shit real deal. Holy Spirit got that.
Yeah, I'm cool. I am cool on that. I don't need that. I live in the South too. They out here, so I'm cool.
Just saying Alabama. He was in Alabama.
Yeah, nah, fuck Bama. And fuck Mississippi while I'm at it. Like, yeah.
Just fuck every red state.
Yeah.
The blue ones too.
I fuck with Texas though. I can't even lie though. I fuck with Texas.
I mean, they
So-
all got their ups and downs. Texas got it. Fuck Texas.
No, yeah, for sure. That for sure. Let me relax. Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck Texas. Fuck Texas. You're right. You're right. Yes. I digress. I was wrong.
Jersey, man.
I was
Fuck
wrong.
New Jersey, tri-state, fuck this whole
Hey, yeah.
shit.
Hey,
Go
yo,
back to
nigga
Africa.
said, hey, yo, nigga said, yo, shout out to Maine.
Let's go back to the motherland.
He said, yo, shout out to Maine in Washington or something like that.
Washington figures some things out.
Nothing never happens in New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico.
Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to go there. I tell you that.
You
Ain't
never
nothing
heard
there.
nothing never happened there. Ever. Is that
I'm
never.
sure it couldn't have been good for Native
Them niggas
Americans.
gang banging heavy in New Mexico. That's be the shit. Whenever they say nothing happened there, there's mad gang members in that motherfucker.
Something's happening.
Yeah. I know it couldn't have been good for Native Americans. That's all I know. It couldn't have been.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been. So, yeah. Let me see. Show. Did you get back on Billions yet, Gert?
I'm down 2 episodes, but
Okay,
I caught the first one. I missed the second too.
What about you, Wolves?
Yeah, same. I caught the first one. I ain't catch the other two yet. But I did catch them power shits.
Somebody canceled my Showtime subscription that I had. Somebody did this.
You gotta make a couple phone
Ain't,
calls.
ain't no secret of me. I canceled
Nah,
that.
I got the Flim Flam one. I just gotta go to the Flim Flam.
Gotcha.
I just gotta turn on the Flim Flam.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
Hey, one bad apple don't spoil the bunch. Sometimes you gotta go through the whole loaf to get that slice without the mold.
Facts. But when you get it though, we.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit
You
be
get them
hitting.
2 slices without the mold. It'd be the best sandwich ever. You feel like you won. You won that sandwich.
So speaking of the power joint, did you catch the Tommy Power?
I seen that.
What you think?
Tommy is just the most amazing nigga ever. The writing be crazy. Like the writing of Power. But I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, though. Like that nigga's definitely the illest nigga in Nebraska. But they went too far soap opera-y. Like Power just take you soap opera. They want to be The Wire, but the soap opera money must be too good. So they got to throw the soap opera shit in there. But it's like they want to be The Wire, but they not. They more All My Children than The Wire.
It's street family. It's family because they try to nice it up, or I'll put it like this: it's not as raw as The Wire. The Wire is raw and it's written well. We know that. That's no question. But it's raw. This is elements of rawness, but it's packaged in a way to where
There's no elements of rawness. No elements of rawness. No elements of rawness.
Man, that shit, this is us with guns and butter, man.
Yeah, word.
You told motherfuckers this is us with some choppers and a couple keys. That's what the fuck we got, goddamn.
Yeah, man. This is definitely stories.
Funny. This is I like that.
They couldn't wait to put some fucking in there. They couldn't wait to show some titties.
Yeah.
I would love showing titties.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at it. All the fucking
niggas like
all the motherfucking the pauses I had to see the last season, goddamn. I was kind of glad to see some motherfucking titties and shit.
Yeah, they gonna give you some.
Yeah. Word.
Nah.
So,
all right, spoiler.
Hey yo, I tell y'all some ill shit. My homie told me if they gotta show titties in the show, that means it's badly written. And if you look at all of the well-written shit, you really don't see titties that much.
You seen titties in The Wire?
And how many episodes did you see titties in The Wire? In 5 seasons, you may have seen it 3 times.
Maybe.
Maybe 3 times.
Maybe a little more, but it wasn't a lot.
Not even close. Not even comparison. Power would be every other episode they showing you titties. You see everybody titties in Power. The only titties you ain't seen yet is
Mary.
I don't like people playing on my phone. Them is the only titties you ain't seen in Power yet, and I think they coming. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the
the
other lawyer. Yeah, she was in Chappelle's show when Keeping It Real goes wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm watching though. I'm watching.
I'm so
Waiting
good
to
at
see
this
Mary
point, but
titties. Mary ain't came close to titties.
Nah.
Mary ain't came close to
Mary,
titties.
Mary barely showed her feet in that motherfucker. Just let alone some titties out there.
Yeah, Mary ain't even. You ain't getting Mary titties.
Nah, you're not.
Yeah,
That's what you're not getting.
How much you think that bag is for a Mary titty?
Couple million.
How many? How many M's you think it's gonna take to get a Mary titty out there?
About 2.5.
Holly got what? 1 for each? And that was how many years ago? So if you do the math, inflation.
Well, nah, a little 2.5. 2.5 is a nice bat. 2.5 is a nice bat.
Yeah, but Holly got 2 million. She got $1 million a titty.
I get it, but they was doing her. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think Mary's gonna cost a little more. I think
He's
Mary
triggered.
at least 5. I think Mary at least 5 for titty. She ain't even make you.
Whatever it was, goddamn.
Yo, she ain't even make you think you was getting a titty.
It
It wasn't even close.
She got layers on.
She came out in the curtains.
Mary was Dapper Dan'd up every episode. You didn't get no titty with Dapper Dan.
Yeah, she ain't peeling none of that shit back.
Oh wow.
Hey
I
man,
respect it.
so we just gonna let Tommy have a grown ass brother with bifocals. That's what we're gonna do.
And black.
That was
And black.
crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Word. But
That be the shit, girl. That's what we talking. It's like every week they just like, you know what? Now we gonna give motherfucking Tariq a cousin.
Yeah, we're gonna give Tariq a Jewish half brother.
He the plug and Tariq cousin the plug in Pittsburgh. Well, we about to do. It's like week to week they just find a way to fuck shit up.
Hey yo, Tariq gonna have a faggot nigga Jewish vaccine cousin in the next round.
I should like beep 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 beep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That nigga went for the gusto. That nigga, that's the gumbo. That is that's a crazy gumbo.
Shit, we about to get canceled though.
That's a crazy gumbo.
And nigga said, "Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that."
I don't know about y'all, but I'm voting for Councilman Tate, just to put that out there.
Oh shit!
This might be the last pod, dog.
You done said it, huh?
Yo, set it off on your
I think you done said every word. That there's no coming back. You know how many statements we gotta give for this pod?
Damn it, man. Damn it, man. Gumbo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, on that note, last chance to backtrack if you feel like you need to on Super Bowl picks. Rams Bengals. Wolves, who you got?
I picked the Rams. I'm bugging.
I'm not sure.
Rams is tough. If the Rams win, it'd be because of their defense. But I'm rocking with the young gunners, man. I'm rocking with the gunners, Chase and Burrow. You heard?
Word. I dig that. And low key, I kind of would like to see that. So I'm going Rams, but I think I'm gonna put the money on Cincy. I think I'm gonna put the money on Cincy.
Everybody
Um,
keeps saying, "Yo, I want to see Stafford win." Well, man, fuck, I'm going with Burrows, man. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna say no sentimental shit, nigga. If he get there, he get there. I ain't voting for them. I ain't gonna be cheering for the niggas because I want to see Stafford win. Fuck that nigga, man. Young gunner. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been
Wow.
winning. You know what I'm saying? The young boys.
Cool
But-
Joe.
If Beckham get a ring, that's ill.
I
For
would
Beckham,
like that.
for
would like
Beckham to
that.
have all of that shit and then he got a ring,
I would like
that'd
that.
be wild for Beckham.
And then he's gonna be a free agent. Yeah, that's gonna be a it's gonna be a
I
nice
would like
roller coaster.
that for him.
He could
Because he
lease
gonna-
himself out.
If
He
I'm
gonna get
if I'm
released
rooting
after
for if I'm rooting for anybody, it would be him for sure. For sure.
Burrows,
But
man.
nah, I feel you. I'm with you. Smoking Joe. He's a cool cat. Gert, you said Cincy?
I don't give a fuck. I ain't
I do.
predicting.
I'm all like, and then I'm
Nigga,
the
they-
Super Bowl. Nigga, I'm still off the motherfucking Flores shit. Nigga talking about some Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Yo,
Fuck
the
outta here.
Cowboys. Hey, yo, I root for the Cowboys. If it ain't the Cowboys, it is what it is, though. I don't give a fuck about none of these other teams. I'm a Cowboys fan. Now, I'm a basketball fan, so I could watch basketball like that where I could root for another team. But football, if it ain't the Cowboys, I don't give a fuck.
I could dig it.
I like the sport. I'll watch the game, but
Word. Yeah. Well, on that note, make sure everybody out there once again is shopping for your candles and your smell goods at luxcollectionllc.com. Do remember this episode will be available on YouTube, so make sure that y'all are sharing, make sure y'all like it, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure y'all telling a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, everything Rico.